Hey, what's up, y'all, man? This is your boy, Yah's Chosen One, man. We are in the great book of Exodus, chapter 2. Now, Exodus chapter 2 is going to encompass, excuse me, sorry about that. It's going to encompass pretty much Jasher chapter 67 through Jasher chapter 78, all the way from 67 to 78. So, sorry about that, man. Allergies. So, we're not going to go to Exodus after chapter 2 for a long time until we, once you get to chapter 2 of Exodus, then you need to skip over to my Befriending Jasher series, starting at chapter, say about 67, really 68. Yeah, really about 68, okay? Well, 67 kind of tells it, but 67, 68. So I'm going to do this chapter, and then from there, go over to my Jasher chapter 68, 68 through 70, 78 series, okay? All right. Exodus chapter 2. And there went a man of the house of Levi and took to wife a daughter of Levi. Okay, so these two are the same tribe. So it's the Levites, and it's marrying a Levite. And the woman conceived and bare a son. And when she saw him that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months. Right? Because if you go back, like I said, go back to the book of Joshua. When you read those chapters, you'll see why she's hiding this kid, because a proclamation was given to be cast into the river, every son to be cast to the river from Balaam. Now, Balaam in the Bible, it didn't tell you who made this proclamation. It said Pharaoh gave a proclamation, but it was actually Balaam's idea. And the woman conceived and bare a son, and when she saw him that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months. And when she could no longer hide him, she took from him an ark of bulrushes and daubed it with slime and with pitch, and put the child therein. And she laid it in the flags by the river brink. And his sister stood afar off to wit what would be done to him. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river. And her maidens walked along by the riverside. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him, and she said, "This is one of the Hebrew children." She automatically knew it was the Hebrew children because these women knew the proclamation that had been given out of Egypt to destroy every male child. So either they either saw this one survived, or somebody had made a raft for this kid. But nevertheless, she had compassion on this kid. And the daughter of Pharaoh, all right, and when she had opened it, she saw the child, behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on it, and she said, "This is one of the Hebrew children." Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and call to thee a nurse of the Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for thee?" And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Go." And the maid went and called the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, "Take this child away, and nurse it for me, and I will give thee thy wages." And the woman took the child and nursed it. And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter. And he became her son. And she called his name Moses, and she said, "Because I drew him out of the water." Now, here's the thing. Now, the proclamation was given by Balaam and Pharaoh to destroy every male Hebrew child. Why didn't Pharaoh destroy this child? See, here's the thing about Egypt, about Egyptologists. What they believed in was that child was a gift from the sun. It was a river baby. It was a water baby, and they believed that the earth, the sun, had given that baby to his daughter. Not by natural conception, but this was like this is a god. This is Pharaoh's daughter, so and that's going to play his thinking. See, if he had stayed with what he said, then he could have destroyed Moses. You know what I'm saying? And then that never would have happened to Egypt. What the Most High is going to make happen to Egypt. So, pretty much he used his own philosophy of his deities against him. Dumb Egyptologists. And the child grew, and she brought him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son, and she called his name Moses. All right, so Miriam had been taking care of this child, and and once the child grew, he couldn't grow anymore. I mean, they couldn't hide him anymore, and they gave Pharaoh's daughter full custody of the child. And it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown that he went out to his brethren and looked on their burdens, and he spied an Egyptian smiting an Hebrew, one of his brethren. See, there's a difference between you stinking Egyptians and us Hebrews. There's a difference. We may look alike, but there's a difference between us, man. Your spirits aren't the same, and you're different. And he looked this way and that way, and when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together. And he said to him that did wrong, wherefore smitest thou thy fellow? Why are you fighting with each other, man? Just like we got Hebrews today, man. They always fighting against each other right now, man. Why y'all do that, man? But y'all know we can be so strong together. That's what the world wants us to do, man. They never want us to come out of this stage that we in, man. You gotta learn to realize, man, that there is an agenda against you, man. You gotta come out of that. You are the greatest people the Most High put on this earth. The greatest people he ever put on this earth. All right. And he said, who made thee a prince and judge over us? Intendest thou to kill me as thou killest the Egyptian? And then Moses feared and said, surely this thing is known. Everybody know I killed that Egyptian. Now when Pharaoh heard this thing, he sought to slay Moses. But Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh and dwelt in the land of Midian. And he sat down by a well. And remember, I told you back in chapter 67, I think it was verse 41. Remember, he's going to Midian, right? And that was Jethro, remember? And now he's going to go to Midian. See how this is coming together? That stick, remember that? And he sat down by a well. Now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water, and filled the troughs to water their father's flock. This is Jethro. This is Jethro right here. That Midian, he's the priest over there of the Midianites. And the shepherds came and drove them away, but Moses stood up and helped them, and watered their flock. And when they came to Reuel, their father, Reuel, not Jethro, hold on here. Yeah, Jethro, and who was Reuel? Hold on, Reuel was the other. It was Reuel and Job. Get this right. Yeah, it was Reuel the Midianite. That's right. All right. And the shepherds came and drove them away, but Moses stood and helped them and watered their flock. And when they came to Reuel, their father, he said, how is it that you are come so soon today? And they said, an Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and also drew water enough for us and watered the flock. And he said to his daughters, and where is he? Why is it that ye have left the man? Call him that he may eat bread. And Moshe was content to dwell with the man. And he gave Moses Zipporah, his daughter. And she bare him a son. He called his name Gershom, For he said, I have been a stranger in a strange land, a very strange land. It was in Midian. So, you know, his name named this kid Gershom. And she bare a son. And it came to pass in process of time that the king of Egypt died. And the children of Israel sighed by reason of the bondage, and they cried, and their cry came up unto the Most High by reason of the bondage. And the Most High heard their groaning, and the Most High remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. And the Most High looked upon the children of Israel, and the Most High had respect unto them. All right. So that finishes that. We're going to see what this stick was. This stick that was passed down from generation to generation, that eventually Moses is going to take while he's with this Midianite right now. And we're going to see exactly what this stick was and how powerful it was. All right. The book of Jasher uncovers all those mysteries. And one more thing, hold on. Yeah, so basically that's it. I'm sorry about that, but basically you're gonna see how all this pans together. And what this stick was, man, it was a stick that was passed down all the way from the beginning of time. The same stick that was used for the creation of the world, actually. If we read back in I forget what part of Jasher, but it was the same stick that was handed down to Adam. The same stick Adam gave to who else had that stick? I mean, we can go on down through here, but that stick is very important. Who that stick was passed down to. And eventually it was given to Jacob, and eventually Jacob gave it to Joseph, because Joseph was his favorite. And now we're going to see that it's going to be in the hand of this Midianite. All right, it's your boy, Yah's Chosen One, man. I will get back with you guys on the next vid. Shalom.